So in the previous video, we have covered the basic details about function and how does the var and the let scope works in function. So if you don't know about this, you can check this one, and if you do know, just continue with this one. So like in this one, we would be using functions, and we would be checking out how does like how do we really implement functions in the coding or in programming, whatever you guys say. So like we are having a function that is the calculate rectangle over here, and we are passing length and width as a parameter over here. So like this is function definition, and we are just returning something called return length into width, and that is the formula that we do calculate the, I mean, the area of rectangle. Yeah. So just guys, make sure that whenever you are working with function, you need to return something. And like in the above case, we can like we have just simply console that value. But like whenever you are passing some parameter and you want some output out of that, so like in this case, we have just passed the parameter and we have just simply printed that value. So there's no issue. But when we have passed some parameter, like in this one, we have passed calculate in the calculate rectangle area function, that is the function name. We have passed 5 and 10, so that is the length is 5 and the width is 10. It's calculating 5 into 10, that is 50. But unless and until you don't use this word, it won't be get executed because the function needs to return anything. So you need to return this one, and once you return this one, then after we would be storing like we would be calling this function from here, and we would be getting 50 over here, and this 50 would be getting stored in this variable called area, and we would be just printing this console.log area, and that is the value of area that we do have, that is 50. So we would be getting output something like this, that is area is 50. And you can add like centimeter square or like whatever the area, but just a basic example what I want to give to you guys. And this is the one of the best example that I would like to give you related to function, that is the real life example. So like let's suppose we are like on a shopping, and we have just purchased something called like two t-shirts for ourselves, one jeans and one shoes for ourselves. So like we need to calculate like like when you go for the billing, you need to know like what is the total cost that or like what is the total bill for the purchase that you do have. So we would be implementing this thing by the help of function. So in this we are having function called function calculate cost, I mean calculate total cost, and we are passing the items over here, and in this case we are passing the object or like objects of values over here. So I would be getting on this later on, but don't take care and don't get panic. Now we have let total cost is equal to 0. So whenever we want to calculate something, like let's suppose when we want to do something related to addition, please make sure that you initialize the value with 0. And whenever you work with something called multiplication, make sure that you initialize the value with 1. Like that's a default value, and that's a basic practice, by the way. You can go with others as well, but that's a basic practice. Now what we are doing is we are just iterating this by the help of for off loop that we have discussed earlier. So like what we are doing is for item of items. Now we need to work on this one, guys. So like we have the shopping cart variable over here, and we have something called name t-shirt. The price of for it is 200. You can consider this in dollars or like whatever you like country currency is. And we have the quantity as 2. In the same sense, we have name as jeans, we have price as 500, we have the quantity as 1, and same goes for the shoes as well. But I think it should be shoe because we are using just quantity as well. Yeah, so that's the story, guys. Now what we are doing is we are using this for of loop for item of items. So we have been passing this shopping cart over this function, that is the calculate total cost, and we are passing the shopping cart over here. So in this becomes items because here we are using the variable items over here. So don't get confused, this items is just simply what it is over here. Now let's work on this one. So we are iterating this one by one as we do iterate with arrays. Like we have array of objects. This is the array and this is the object, guys. And the way array stores the value, that is in index 0 it's storing this one, in index 1 it's storing this one, in index 2 it's storing this one. So if you don't have much idea on array, don't get worry, you can just check out any videos on array. It's a very 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 simple thing. Yeah, but now we have like we are iterating this one by one. So what we are doing is we have initialized one variable, that is a total cost, and we are doing total cost is, this is the shorthand way to do the same, guys. I want to make this more simple for you, so let us do this. Yeah, so this is the shorthand way to do the same thing. Like when you are using the left, when like on the left side you have the same value, and on the right side you have the same value, you can just simply add the plus over here, and you can go with that one. It works in that sense, but for simplicity I would like to go with this one. So in this, what we are doing is total cost, that is 0, plus item dot price. So we are getting item dot price, that is 200 from here, and item dot quantity, that we are getting 2 over here. So what we are doing is item dot price, we are getting 200 into 2, that is 400. So we have done with the t-shirt, so it's 400, guys. Then what we are doing, we are going with the second one, because we are using items of items. So until and unless the entire loop didn't get executed, it would go on and it would do for this like all of those values that we do have over here. So now it will go for the jeans. It would take our like calculated total cost, that is, I think we have 400 by the meantime. So let's update that, so you can get a better idea. So 200 into 2, that is 400, by the way, sorry. And total cost, that is 400, plus item dot price into item dot quantity, that is 500 into 1, that is 500, plus 400, that becomes 900. And then after, for the last one we have Sue, that is item dot price, that is 800, and item dot quantity, that is 1. So 800 into 1, 800, 800 plus 900, that becomes, guys, 1700. So that's the total output, by the way. And at last, I have always said that whenever you are working with function and you are passing some value, some parameters out of that, and you want to receive some value out of that, you need to return something out of the function, and that's how the function works.